Hello guys, it's me, your boy Daniel. Well, I never planned to make this video or something like that at all because this is not my style, but a lot of you asked for it in the comments, and as you know, you're the most important thing, my fan base, so here I am making a video that I was never planning to do. So, for some reason, a lot of you asked me about my commander or my Grosser Kurfürst build. Well, this must be pretty straightforward, guys. Well, for starters, we will leave that one for the later, I will explain something. Well, for starters, preventive maintenance, because you don't want your turrets or secondaries to be incapacitated. This is self-explanatory. Then we have a must for any BB, Adrenaline Rush. You can pretty much see the status, but basically what it does is you get damaged a lot. You're a baby, you don't have a choice, you need to be tanky, especially in a Grosser Kurfürst. This is your primary job, to be tanky. And the more you get damaged, the faster your reload speed will be on every weaponry, even the secondaries. Then we have a must for a secondary build, basic firing training and advanced firing training. And this is going to boost your A too, but this isn't something worth mentioning in a Grosser Kurfürst because the A is not fantastic at all. But there is a thing that is very worth considering and mentioning here. As you can see, it is said that the firing range of main battery guns with a caliber up to and including 139mm and secondary battery guns. This is very interesting because even the bigger guns, let me just show you, even the bigger guns that are 150mm are affected by it. So this is a win-win. Then for the, let's say, finished secondary build, we have the manual fire control. It makes your secondaries a lot more accurate with minimizing the dispersion. Well, the only drawback of this is that you can have only one target. So if you are in a close combat and have ships on which side, you can't shoot at both. But in over 900 to, I'm not sure, let's say in 9.9 out of 10 situations, this isn't worth it, like to be able to shoot at two targets with inaccurate shots, especially if you are facing a DD or something. This thing, the manual fire control, is a must for secondary build. I can't emphasize that a must enough. And the special thing that I'm not sure a lot of you guys are considering, especially now after we have these do not get it ribbons or whatever it is called, but you need inertia fuse for HE shells, or IFHE for short. You absolutely need that in a Grosser Kurfürst. And why, you ask? Well, basically this makes your shells penetrate, HE shells penetrate more armor. And first, this is explained a lot in other videos, but I'll explain it here for you guys. Well, the German ships, especially the battleships, have different formula for measuring their HE penetration. Instead of 1 to 6 is 1 to 4. Like, this is basically it. It penetrates by default more. And when you get IFHE, the secondaries, which are all with HE, the secondaries which are all HE, they aren't any AP shells or whatever, like in the lower tiers. So all of them will benefit of that. And this benefit is going to be quite noticeable, because without that they can't overmatch pretty much any battleship armor from, except the superstructure, but this isn't very, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, with that you can pen the bow and aft armor of any battleship except Grosser Kurfürst. I will talk about, I will not talk it, I will show it to you guys. And yeah, the only BB that is kind of different for that is Grosser Kurfürst, because it has armor that is, let's say, I will just show it to you. This it is because of, firstly, this, but mainly this thing, this armor belt, but more like plating here. It's not a belt. It is 60 millimeters, so it can be overmatched by your secondaries that can overmatch this 32 millimeters, and any other ship. Let's show you the Yamato for reference. Is 32 millimeters. 32 millimeters. This here is 50 millimeters, but watch here, 32 millimeters. Oh, have fun. Imagine his face when he sees that he's going to be in the video. Wow. I bet he's going to be hilarious, so I'm not gonna cut that. Okay, we continue. Look at that. 32 millimeters. Of course they can't penetrate the Citadel armor belt, but 32 millimeters. Okay, this super section can be, but yeah, 19 of course will be. And 32 millimeters, 32 millimeters. Easy peasy to penetrate it. And as you know, or if you don't know, you must know that the HE shells don't care about angles at all, so even if one hits right there in the middle of the nose, right at the center, it will penetrate regardless of the angle, if it can overmatch the armor. So that's why with that build, if I encounter probably angled Yamato, which is very common, like let's say angled like that, and I am closer than 5 kilometers, let's say around his nose, the Yamato is going to be toast in a matter of seconds. And for Grosser Kurfürst, I have the legendary upgrade, or module, or whatever it's called. So even though it says that the main battery traverse speed is lower, this is actually way better than the I don't use the gunfire control system. I don't know why anybody should use it, but the proper one, main battery modification, and you can see that this thing reduces the main battery traverse speed by minus 13% and reduces the reload time by only 12%. Like traversing speed minus 30% means that it becomes slower, not faster. I need to clear that out. And here the main battery reload time is reduced by 15%, that's 3% more, which is significant. The secondary battery reload time is reduced by 15%, and this basically means, after some really easy calculations, that a Grosser Kurfürst without the legendary, the enhanced main armaments or whatever, the legendary upgrade, for every 3 shots of all the secondary guns. For every 3 shots of his, my legendary upgraded Grosser Kurfürst will make 4, and this is very significant in a close quarters battle or close combat. Yeah, doesn't matter. So for every 3 shots of his, I will give 4. Yeah, this is. It may be not something big in your mind, but they make these 3 shots for like 6 seconds or 8, doesn't matter. And close combat proceeds from 30 seconds to, I don't know, a minute, maybe more. And we are counting just the really close, like 6 kilometers or something, not the 11.6 range of the secondaries. So think about that. For like, I will get 1/3 or 1/4 more hits. This means more damage, and basically for free if you grind over it, of course. But yeah, this is pretty significant. And after, yeah, that's pretty much it. And for the other guys that I asked a lot, I used the 412 20mm, not the 406. Yeah, the 406 may have more penetration, but I like this more. They give me more damage overall. And when I'm almost dead, my reload time is reduced to around 23 seconds from the adrenaline rush, and that stacks with the other stuff. But after you get a must build, the preventive maintenance, it's kinda a must. This is a must, the adrenaline rush. The bot firing trainings is a must, and this is a must. You need to choose between, let's say this, fire prevention, which is very good, don't get me wrong, because in a Grosser Kurfürst you burn a lot. But most of the times, to be honest, you have 3 fires. Yeah, you have only 1 fire on the superstructure, but most of the times I have 1 fire on the superstructure, 1 fire on the back, and maybe 1 fire on the front. But maybe I'm just lucky. I have a lot of times with both fires on the superstructure, so if I got that, I will burn a little less. But in my opinion, with how aggressive I am of a player, with my super aggressive playstyle, this won't help me. This, on the other hand, will help me a lot. So if you really want to be a beast in a Grosser Kurfürst and deliver a ton of secondary damage like me, you need to get IFHE. Don't bother with the thing that says that this skill is inefficient with the ship. This isn't true. As you can see, this works very best. This is just wargaming trying to say what basically goes with what kind of ship. This is for destroyers mainly and some low caliber cruisers. So if you get my build, and I really think you must, and I emphasize must, get that, you have 1 free point. And I kinda experimented with getting 1 extra fighter, because yeah, my A is, I'm not gonna say that, let's say my A is very weak, and if that fighter managed to kill at least 1 aircraft, it will be very good for me, and because I can't always count on my torpedo BXX to be working all the time, so I can torpedo beat, and I can't like rocket beat or bomb beat. Sadly, I don't know how to do that in a Grosser Kurfürst. But yeah, and now I just think of showing you how effective the secondary build is, because most of the times when I'm up close, I'm thinking, and not just thinking, this is true, the secondaries are doing more damage and being more effective in doing it than your Main armament. Of course, this not counts if there is Yamato broadsiding you at 2 kilometers, you're just going to whap her. But I'm just saying if you're playing against a player that knows how to handle his ship. So yeah, I'll just show you now, guys.
Zerstörer versenkt.